It's been 2 years since the unveiling of the Wonder Woman game in development by Monolith Studios. Since then, we've heard very limited information about the game. The studio has been silent, which is good. It means they're working. They're not spending any time doing anything else. And a lot of times, these games by these developers will take a little bit. It used to be back in the day that their turnover was actually pretty cool. It was about 3 years. So all this while, I'm not really certain what their publishers have been having them do, but it seems like they've been working and been very busy on possibly getting to pick out a game that they thought was commercially viable and a game that they could more than likely, make and have fans enjoy. The last thing that we heard from the Wonder Woman game that I thought was of note was an interview that they did with the developers. It was a very short set of interviews that they did on their website. They also did a little thing on Twitter, and, that's something that they posted. And I think, it really did highlight some of the aspects of the developers. It showed them in a really cool light. It's nice to have, the faces of who's making your games be something that you see so that it's easier for you to be able to relate with, and understand that there are people who are out here making this game for you. They are, in my opinion, dedicated to the work that they're doing. This, in my opinion, was very good. But from the executive side of things, where we can get, I think, some more information, I argue and I would reckon and say, that one of the things that I thought was pretty cool was when the CEO of Warner Media at the time, and they're no longer in the studio, really did make mention of the game in a very cool light. This was in 2022, January of 2022, when we were looking to see maybe Suicide Squad was going to be releasing at that time, remember? But it didn't release, and Gotham Knights came later down the road that year. So Jason Kilar, who was the CEO of Warner Media at the time, said, "Update/review today with a team building the Wonder Woman game here in Seattle. I think the fans are going to love this game. So many good decisions being made." And that was actually pretty cool. A lot of folk, did not really see this tweet for some strange reason. And so for those who are Wonder Woman fans, I don't know how many people are out there that really do look forward to this, superhero and follow anything about her. I do know the movies have not necessarily, or the more recent movie anyways, has not necessarily been the best in terms of acceptance. I do know that Zack Snyder's Wonder Woman in the Justice League Snyder Cut was actually pretty solid, the way that the character was written and all was done. But I don't really know if that's going to spill over into the video games. And we're still very limited on a lot of information. It's been 2 years, and we don't know if Monolith is going to say anything even in 2024, saying that they barely said anything in 2023. It will be interesting to see overall how all of this, falls into place with a studio like this. This is a very quiet studio, very chill, very relaxed in the way they do things. In fact, their last tweet was about Mortal Kombat 1. They just congratulated NetherRealms for bringing out the game. They don't really say much. They're very, very tight-chested, close-chested with a lot of what it is that they're doing. You'll see that they only posted, April of last year, anything about their game. That was the last time they actually did post. So this is a studio that you have to keep a very close eye on because they're not really going to say anything. But it is what it is. This is what we have. This is what we know. And I know I'm looking forward to this game. And for those who you're in a position where you think, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is not necessarily the game that you want to play, I recommend that, that you pay attention to this game's development, that, take a look at what the developers are saying, see the quality of developers that they have, which I think are really a strong bunch in regard to their experience to game development. And I think you're going to see something pretty cool overall coming from this studio. Thanks so much for watching the video. Thanks for, your participation and all of you that are supporting the channel. I really appreciate you guys. And hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.